What up, guys? Back again with another freaking episode, and I bring you a build that I've made before the low level and beta, but I brought it back and I revived it so you can go out there and crush the competition with Colossus, cause he is a fucking king. I liked him a lot. I mean, this dude, he's punching people left and right, snapping necks, it looks like, with his metal fist. I just like his sound effects also. All you hear is ping, 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 just non-stop, like he's just beating the brakes off of people. So a really fun character. Built him more as like a melee summoner, but he does have an all-out melee build. But this build I feel like was just so easy to use versus the other one was easy, but this one was just more completely. I think it was just like overall more dominant. He was a lot of fun, liked him a lot. So let's go ahead and hop into the build here. First off, key to my X button, Steel Punch. This is going to be your bread and butter for healing and health and just your overall, while everything's on cooldown, you'll be using this. You know, it does roughly 10k damage, but more importantly, this is one of the best health skill ratings I've seen the whole game, just off of something you get at, level 1. It's going to punch people, it's going to regain your health, enough said. Next up, we have an ability called Fissure. Smash the ground to create a seismic shockwave that knocks enemies into the air. The air aftershocks of the shockwaves continue to deal damage to enemies nearby. So this skill is really fun to use. It's gonna, with the build that we have, it's gonna apply significant DOT for 8 seconds. Of 2,000, twice per second, as well as it's going to do roughly 25k damage, but we have a pretty good chance to crit and brute, and that's kind of what we're looking for, those crits and brutes. This was interchangeable as well with our build, just based off our talent selection with Demolition Stomp, which you actually have a 25% chance to critical and brutal here. So I think if you're kind of clustered up overall more, you may be able to get away with this. The thing I didn't like is the Demolition Stomp had more of a cooldown versus Fissure. So with that being said, I think you'll get more overall damage once you have more crit and brute with the Demolition Stomp than with Fissure, just due to the fact that you have a higher chance to brutal strike, and that's kind of what I built this guy around, and I'll be building him around moving through Cosmic. This does apply DOT, which can crit and brute overall, but that 25% chance is so significant that once you get, to 25% or even higher, you're going to see non-stop criticals, which is going to raise your chance for those non-stop brutals that I'm particularly aiming for with this guy. So those are interchangeable, what I was trying to get at. Next up, we have the basic as Osmium Charge. Just your dash power, removes crowd control, point blank and period. Gotta have one with the melee character, so it's what we do. This guy's not Rocket Raccoon over here with a bunch of turns and shit. I have Steel Hurricane on my square, and then I have Fissure on the triangle, if you guys see below. So, Steel Hurricane, spin through enemies with your steel arms, outstretched, creating a vortex of wind at your location. Does about 13k damage per hit. It reflects every projectile that comes his way, which is really nice, especially for the Cosmic Trial, because we know that second wave, when those freaking guys drop down and none of them are packed together, they're shooting you left and right. So this will deflect those projectiles, but it will not deflect any beams or any area of attacks, anything like that. Movement speed increases significantly by 500, which I don't even know what the fuck that means. It's by 500, like what, 500 inches per second? I don't know, dude. Maximum channel time. Now this does turn to a cooldown power with this build, but it also doubles the damage you kind of output in that short time. So with that being said, just be cognizant of that. That's why I went with Fissure over Demolition Stomp, just due to the fact that I wanted more attacks to use in rapid succession. Does a lot of fucking damage. So if you are using Demolition Stomp, you can add that vulnerability on there, pop your stuff, you'll get more damage from all your summons. You can take that route. Again, I like the DOT on there and the added damage. But we'll see. I think they're highly interchangeable again, so I'll leave it up to you guys with which one you want. Then we are going over to the summons real quick. We've got Fastball Special. you're gonna pull fucking Wolverine out, or no, Nightcrawler drops him onto your back or something. You grab him with your steel arm, throw him as fast as possible. He cut through a swath of enemies, doing really nice damage, and then he will do his attack, Swift Claws and Slashing Leap. Both good attacks. So stay out for about 20 seconds. And then we have Call Kurt, which is going to, this is one of my favorites. I love Nightcrawler. This is the guy I want to freaking play when he comes out. Him and Venom. But he's going to drop down. He'll do like a big belly flop. Then he'll do Brimstone Beatdown and Bamf Bomb. You know, Bamf Bomb's an AoE attack. So they'll be doing nice damage to pretty much everybody around you. Very, very fun character to use. I like calling him out, man. Just seeing Nightcrawler going all over, beating people with the smithereens or the purple dust stuff, whatever realm that's from. But it's a lot of fun. Next up, we have Call Kitty. You know, you'll call her in. She has a really nice damage ability with that quicksand ability, but you'll call her in, she'll do a nice AoE, more like a ranged call in, which is interesting because you don't have any range, so that is a nice little perk. Then she'll do her basic martial arts combo, but she'll also do this quicksand attack a few times while she's out, which does, you know, twice per second to everybody around her. So it's very nice. I think that she may be one of your most damaging individuals, due to the fact that her quicksand is doing like a ton of damage. I mean, she's going to get you the stats that you have, so she'll be doing crits and brutals as well. So it is very, very nice. Then lastly, we have Colossal Roar. This guy's attack, this signature is really one of my favorite signatures. Not only is it going to give you a massive boost to health, a massive boost to defense, which lasts about 8 seconds. It's going to restore your armor to 100%. It's going to give you a 4-second irresistible knockdown, and it is going to do a shit ton of damage. Very, very nice attack. And what's really nice about this, it looks like, is it has a cooldown reduction. So as you get armor cost reduction on those affixes, you'll get cosmic affixes with this little trait that, you know, reduces your armor cost by 10-15%. This is going to reduce your cooldown by a significant amount. So again, as I get into cosmic, this is something that I might revisit and really show you guys how I built my character, because I plan to maximize that to allow me to have my summons out 100% of the time, you know, beyond like rotation. So I want to be able to pop both of these skills non-stop. With this particular build, I'll use Colossal Roar, and then you'll be able to, it'll reduce the cooldown on all your skills instantaneously. So you can use all your summons, and then you can use Colossal Roar, and then you can use all your summons again. But you want to do it spread out, that way that the cooldowns don't overlap and that you just are at a point when you don't have any summons out. Ilyana's a good one if you're dying a lot, if you're going through like a trial. Like if I tried to run one of the harder trials right now, or excuse me, one of the harder operations right now, I'd probably swap out Kurt or Wolverine for Ilyana, just due to the fact that she's going to give you that max armor benefit, and she's going to be able to do damage. You know, Sorcerer's Eruption does okay damage, and her main attack does okay damage. So it's not going to be a big DPS loss by any means, but you're going to get a massive boost to your armor, and she's going to give you armor per second. So those are just some key notes and takeaways. I'll pop over to the talents here. I went straight with reactive armor. This is going to give, every time I use a cooldown power, it's going to give me 5% of my max armor per second. It does increase the max charges of Crushing Smite, but I chose not to use that, so it's kind of, I'm all about getting my max armor back. That way I have less chance of dying. I went with Stronger Steel sometimes, but the increased critical chance and all that, especially on the Cosmic Trial, I wasn't worried about doing less or doing more damage. I was worried about surviving. So I'm expecting to this during Cosmic like gameplay, but for the moment, just because I'm in the heat of things, I am going with the max armor, the reactive armor versus Stronger Than Steel. In tier 2 here we have Seismic Stomp. This is why I say Fissure and Demolition Stomp are interchangeable. This is going to give Demolition Stomp 150% damage bonus critical hit and brutal hit strike chance increased as well, but gives it a 8-second cooldown versus, you know, just a non-stop stomping kind of deal. Whereas all it does for fissures increases, it deals damage over time. These are interchangeable again. I'm still trying to figure out which one I really want to use, and I actually like to switch out every once in a while. You know, if I'm going against a bunch of enemies, I might use the fissure. If I'm going against a boss, I might pop over to demolition stomp. Again, they're so interchangeable in my opinion that you can kind of choose whichever one you want. As a summon build, you may want to go with demolition stomp for the 10% vulnerability, but I like the bigger AoE of fissure and the less cooldown that it has. Then we have True Comrades. Each summon power provides you with a different buff effect for 10 seconds. So when you call them out, you know, you'll get a buff for 10 seconds. So obviously I've got Kurt, I've got Wolverine, and I've got Kitty. So I'll get more deflect, more critical hit damage, and more critical hit chance. Quick and easy. Steel Cyclone transforms, Whirlwind Force. Steel Cyclone transforms into Steel Hurricane, which makes it have a maximum channel time, increases the damage it does, and increases its damage in a wider area, as well as its movement speed by 500, whatever that means. And lastly, Thundering Voice. Colossal Roar instantly refreshes all powers on cooldown. While its buff is active, cooldowns will refresh twice as fast, and this is going to increase the duration by 2 seconds. Very, very, very nice power right there. This is what is going to make this build and really take it to the next level. Then lastly, we have this guy's ultimate. His ultimate is probably one of the best ultimates in the game. It turns all hits for you to brutal strikes, and that's all hits for you, your summons, any DOTs you have. It turns everything to a brutal strike, and you're going to have a lot of attacks going off. It does some other things. Again, can't scroll down because Gaz has not patched the fucking scroll down on your ultimate thing, but I'm pretty sure it gives you more health, more defenses. It makes you nigh unkillable. You and your allies are unbreakable, becoming immune to crowd control and negating 40% of incoming damage. Boom. You know, it's gonna do a shit ton of damage, I know that, and it's gonna make you nigh unkillable. I'll touch on his synergies on the posts once I get this video up and running. What I choose to do with him was go for all brutal strike. I wanted a brutal strike as much as possible. Oh wait, no, I went with strength. So 2 in strength, mostly brutal strike. I wanted 4% extra damage per point here, so you know, 8% more damage and brutal strike. That kind of sums it all up. Besides his talents, his traits, which I never fucking get to. I need to get to that earlier. Osmium Champion, brutal strike chance plus 5%. Siberian Express also does damage, which is your travel power, which is pretty nice because I don't think many other travel powers do damage. So him and old girl Captain Marvel are pretty similar. As you can see, I have the damage at plus 88%. He gets it from durability and strength. He is a tank. A very attacky tank at that. It's pretty nice. Bulwark of Steel, projectile reflect chance 20%, defense deflect is kind of what you're going to want to key. Melee combatant, so he'll get that damage reduction for those, I think it's 3 seconds when they get attacked, while he's in melee. Primary resources armor negates 60% of all incoming damage and absorbs the rest. Armor is restored automatically when out of combat. So he's a freaking tank. He's going to be in there dishing damage. He's going to have his summons blowing people's brains off, or vibrating or punching or clawing the brains off. No guns with this cat. Some of the damage, some of the gear that I have, I just got this, so I did not have this during Cosmic Trial. Just got this up to level 1, Ultimate Nullifier. That's why I'm going for a brutal build. I want it to be insane when I pop my ultimate. I want it to do an insane amount of damage. I really keyed like critical strike with him, and obviously like durability and any damage like hand to hand, and just overall damage I can get. Not too much summoner stuff, but just really keying those criticals and brutals. Gave him some defenses, you know. Oh yeah, I got the Circlet of Cyttorak on him, which is I feel like is a necessity for all melee builds. You know, until you get something better or really like fine tune your build, but it helps a lot with that massive damage shield. I went with the Relic of Gibborim to give him more armor. yeah, for the most part, that kind of sums it all up. He is a beast. I have some movement down in there. He's a freaking beast. He's Colossus, man. I like him a lot. I'll be playing him. I think he's going to be my main for the moment. Him and Rocket Raccoon, both I really like. Rocket's for the real hard stuff. And I'll be kind of leveling and gearing him up. Leveling his legendary, because it's going to take about 850, 900 million experience, which will take probably all year. But if you guys have any questions, definitely reach out. Yeah, I liked him a lot, so I'm glad I could get to revisit him and found me a new main. But yeah, peace out.
I grew up in the age of Timberland and Pharrell shit.
Bum chicka bum bum pick a bum bum. Yeah. Right? Right on. If you wanna get cut, don't ask what's up. Get cursed, cussed out by him before lunch. And asshole out hook, cause we give no fucks. No similar individual, my kind is what's up. I ain't cocky, yo, come rock at me. We bore hard with the first string. Go 7 Uzumaki, skip it, it's not on my jersey. My kneecaps are bad though, so I be chillin'. Kicking back and relaxing is all over my description. But I work hard, don't get me wrong. Skinny bulk boy coming up so strong. Rocking up the building, I ain't built concrete. And to keep it so solid, I'm a bit of a creep. 07 neat Pete might change your life. Giant beat on the track, but I don't know this guy. Dedicated to the grind, but I do not skate. But I used to bomb hills back in no way, right? Put the shit down for the uptown west side on the map. 3's up all around, so classic. Jiggy to the beat, free cut. Hands up when you recognize rare. Young guy in the air. One guy, and one guy, that's 3. They will be applied on air worldwide, starting in the west side line. Yeah, yo, what up, my dude? Check out what I do without the slightest clue. You see me every day, but don't know really what I do. Hella fly, living off of Wingstop fast food. Midnight jack crack, but that's so news. Scar videos offline, erase all of those views. I hope you're ready for the episode set on soon. On the 2 plus me, that's 3. Fuck, I hate math. Like, I really just hate it. Yeah. Hey, no swag, no swag. No swag, no swag. No swag, no swag, die. Hey, no swag, no swag. No swag, no swag, hey. I've got no swag on me, or it's the minimum. I'll shoot my clip on the scene, but it's a cinema. I've got no swag on me, I've got a booty in my hand. Ooh, mommy, she like me, but I don't like it. I've got no swag all up on me. She's got too much swag and her booty phony. Hey, I'm mobbing with my friends and we get really light. Hey, this just for cow. Hey, go free the guy. Yeah, I'm throwing up the dubs, throwing up the west side. And I got no swag on me, and FO be the tribe. Hey, I'm in the bay, there goes riding my whip. I almost crashed my car, but we still getting lit. Hey, hey, no swag, no swag. No swag, no swag. No swag, no swag, dab. No swag, no swag. No swag, no swag, hey. I've got no swag on me, or it's in the minimum. I've got the Uzi in my hand, so you know I'm killing them. Ay, yo girl, she a goer, believe it, or I'll expose her. She got but she like me, but I don't like her. Ay, this is not a wig, it's a fresh ass cut. I watch anime with bait and peel potatoes for lunch. I've got no swag on me, I can't say it enough. But if you come to me with swag, then I'm not saying too much, you bum.